I wish you back. I wish you back. Mr. President, please.
On time, we will stand on protocols previously established and carry on with this event. And we will also go ahead and skip our self-introduction and get into the issues at hand. Welcome, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to the Government to Business Roundtable. It has been well established that high-level meetings like this can provide trajectory-altering changes in the destinies of nations.
Thank you.
That was the official visit of German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the Aso Rock, Abuja last week. In case you're not aware, because I saw a comment on the Twitter about someone questioning why a chancellor will be visiting the president and people are celebrating. Just like you have the president of Nigeria, the president of US, Joe Biden, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the chancellor is being called a chancellor in Germany. All right, that aside, this visit was so much publicized by the APC folks, and they see it as a form of recognition, as a form of acceptance of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration by the international community. The Supreme Court has affirmed the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still fighting legitimacy issue, especially at home and in abroad. So whenever a foreign dignitaries come to the country like this and is being associated with the president, is always being celebrated by the ruling People's Party. So that was what was actually greeted, and the media made us to understand that that visit was a kind of a bilateral business meeting between Nigeria and Germany, of which they talk about the gas plant and the rest of it. But there was something they didn't talk about. There was something they did not show us, which is what I'm about to bring to you. You have to understand that when it comes to any opposition, the media is very, very key. But looking at Nigeria today, you can say that the media that has already been bastardized, they've been bought over, they hardly say things the way it is. Of course, some of them, if they say what they have to say, you see MBC coming hard on them, writing letters to them not to speak, just the way we've seen how letters has been written to Arise TV. One of the reasons why the Chancellor visited Bola Ahmed Tinubu was to discuss the deportation of 14,000 Nigerians back to Nigeria. 14,000 Nigerians back to Nigeria. You heard that clear? 14,000. If this doesn't send a chill down your spine, I won't be surprised, because, you know, we here in Nigeria, we've accepted things to become a norm. No matter how negative it is, no matter how cruel it is, we've accepted a lot of things, a lot of negative things as a norm in this country, because we are used to it, especially when it comes to death, killings every day, suffering. It has become a norm. Suffering and smiling people. 14,000 people living in Germany to be deported back to Nigeria. That is what was discussed in Abuja between the president and the chancellor. But the media did not let you know about this. Do you know what that means? 14,000 Nigerians in Germany. Now, there are reasons why people are being deported back to your country. Number one of that reason is they came in without a valid document. They came in without a valid document. They've been living in that country without a valid document. So these people will be deported when they came in without a valid document. Number two, they are constituting nuisance. They are criminals. They are criminals. So these are the things we are going to face if these people are being deported back to Nigeria. There are other reasons why these people are being deported back, but none of such reason is a positive reason, because no country will deport someone that adds value to their economy. So whatever reasons they are bringing these persons back, they are going to add a strain to the already fragile Nigeria economy. 14,000 Nigerians. An average plane contains 295 to 300 seats. That means it's going to take 47 to 50 airplanes to bring these people back to Nigeria. Who is going to bond the cost of bringing them back to Nigeria? Is it Germany? Is it Nigeria? Election has consequence, and we are facing the consequence of our decisions that we made over the years. Because the reasons why these people left the shore of Nigeria is because the economy is not favorable to them. This is just Germany. We're not talking of US. We're not talking of Canada. We're not talking of other European and Western states. We're not talking about this. We're not talking of other Eastern countries. This is just Germany. Imagine how many other Nigerians are living in African countries, are living in Asian countries, are living in European countries. Imagine other Nigerians that are living in the Americas illegally. That if other country decides to send them back home, imagine the nuisance is going to constitute in our country. This country is sitting on a ticking bomb, but we are not paying attention to it. But rather, we go on social media daily to talk about ethnicity and religion. These are the least things we should be worried about. We should be discussing on how 14,000 Nigerians are to be deported back to Nigeria. How are we going to manage these situations? Daily, you keep hearing of people being deported back to Nigerians because the economy is not favorable. Everybody wants to leave the country. Everybody wants to leave the country. During the election, we were shouting about voting a competent leader. A competent leader. Because the brunt of maladministration always fall back on the citizens, not the politicians. Because these politicians, especially the ones we have in Nigeria, they don't care about this country. They are not patriotic. All they care is how to loot money, to reserve money for their kids, reserve money for their unborn grandchildren. That is all they care about. They don't care about fixing this country. Like we always say, Nigeria has a spending problem, not revenue problem. Because if we don't have a spending problem, tell me why the National Assembly will be buying 160 million cars for the National Assembly members, whereas a maximum of 50 million, a maximum of 50 million is enough to get such cars from innocent. Imagine. Support this channel so we can keep bringing you news like this, because the mainstream media will not give you such news. Thank you very much.